Hi everybody and welcome to the Scalepeeder Gaming PC private server for DayZ on Nitrado. So I've been thinking a lot over the last few days about the mods for the PC Scalepeeder Gaming private server, and I spent a while over the last couple of days as well trying to and successfully updating the CF mod and the community mod, and then sticking the DayZ, well, trying to stick the DayZ expansion mod on it. And I kind of came to the conclusion that, unfortunately for me at the moment, I don't really have the time to keep this sort of server-side mod up to date. Because what happens is, every time there's like an update to the game, or an update to a mod, everybody's DayZ clients on their personal computers downloads the update, and then immediately the update on the server goes out of date and stops working, which is a real pain, especially when you're used to just XML type mods, which don't require any updates on the client side at all. So what I've decided to do for the time being, until I get some more time, is the Scalepeeder Gaming PC private server, of which we just have the Chernarus map, will be on parity with the console ones, with the PlayStation and the Xbox Chernarus maps. It'll have the same mods to it. And if you don't know already, these are PvE, player versus environment only servers that have got some interesting quality of life improvements as well. And if you want to join, I'll put the links in the description down below. You've got to be over 18, and it's $2 a month on Patreon, or you can become a member of the YouTube channel, which I think is about $5 a month. But the kind of the mods in inverted commas that I'm putting on are pretty simple ones, but you know, they've worked very well on the PlayStation and Xbox, and have seemed to have been well received. So basically what you'll get is the theme for this season on PlayStation, Xbox, and now on PC is Let's Build. So around the map where the aiders spawn in, every aider spawn point, there should be an aider, alright? And in the boot of that aider there'll be a jerry can, there'll be a fuel can full of fuel, so you can fuel it up. And then you can wander off, find some water, fill the fuel can with water, come back, fill the radiator. And also in the boot there's like a watchtower kit, a fence kit, hammers, spades, rope, nails, all that sort of stuff to get you started on a base, so you can drive off and start doing your base. And every single aider point should have one of these. Now, going forward, after the aiders have left a particular place, I'm not quite sure how long it takes for them to spawn back in again. We're still kind of testing that on the console server. So that's the main theme for the season. When things spawn in, they should spawn in basically undamaged. There's another bear spawn on the map and another wolf pack spawn on the map, so it's not like it's not too dangerous, but there's a little bit more threat around. There's 6 instead of 3 helicopter crashes, and there's a chance that if you come across a heli crash site, it may be the C-130 cargo plane and not one of the helicopters. And there's more loot to go with that as well. You know, more FALs, more LRs, more VSSs and accessories, etc. I've increased the spawns for compasses and nails by about a quarter. Duct tape and sharpening stones, water bottles and canteens by about another quarter. So, you know, these are little quality of life improvements that don't break the game by making it ridiculously easy, but they make it slightly easier to get started. There's more axes hanging around so you can get that melee weapon. The Mosans and the SKSs, that, you know, the rifles, and their ammunition spawns in towns and villages now, so they should be easier to find. And they spawn with the scope attached. There's also the different coloured variants, however, they don't have any ammo in them. But the other weapons, like all the ARs and submachine guns and the pistols, should spawn in with a mag inside them. And mags should always almost be full. Okay, so whenever you find a mag, it should be full of bullets. And whenever you find a gun, it should have a magazine in it. And the SG-5K and the USG-45 also now spawn in police stations and fire stations. So it should be easier to kind of get kitted up with a submachine gun if you want, and I've increased the number of those and the magazines to go with them as well. The M4A1 and the AK-74 and their ammunition and their magazines are now classed as tier 1, 2 and 3 in military places, so you should be able to find them closer to the coast, and there's more of them. And the coloured and black variants of AKs and M4 should now spawn in tier 3 and 4 military locations, which is further away from the coast. Guns should always spawn with mags, which we've talked about, and there's also quite a few surprises as well. There's some stuff that you'll come across that isn't in the public game, some of which works, some of it doesn't, but it's a little bit of fun. So there you go. That's kind of what's going on with the PC private server. It's a lot easier for me to do that because when they update the game, the XML files very rarely need updating. It's only when they add new stuff in, like new weapons. So for example, when 1.08 came along, that was quite a big update to the XML files, but it's probably going to be several months before we get another one like that. However, when they do the little upgrades, to upgrade the engine behind the game that runs DayZ, the XML files normally don't affect that one bit. So there we go. If you fancy coming and joining a PvE virtually vanilla experience, I say virtually vanilla, I guess changing around with the loot table does change it quite a lot. Well, if you fancy coming and joining, as I say, come and join the Discord. You've got to be over 18. It's $2 a month through Patreon, or you can join the YouTube channel as a member, which is about £5 a month. They're very quiet servers. It's almost like having a single player experience. You can wander around, you can experience DayZ and explore DayZ and learn the mechanics without having to worry about getting shot in the back. So anyway, that's enough from me. If you've enjoyed the video, hit like, put your questions and comments down below, and I'll talk to you and see you again soon.